Here we have a vintage Kenwood top load VHS VCR model KV-901. It does have some mechanical issues. This was an eBay find, and I know it had issues going in. Control panel here for your timer, like low and high knobs to fine tune it. AFT. The sliders there. That's how you would program it. The ad said that all it does is that. It doesn't play, rewind, or fast forward. I put a tape in here. I did get it to rewind and fast forward, but it seemed to be a bit sluggish. I'm going to hit play. It will thread the tape. The heads spin up, but the tape doesn't move. And then after a few seconds, it will retract the tape. It doesn't eat the tape. It threads it like you normally do, like it would play. But except the tape doesn't move, and then it retracts. So I don't know if that's a motor issue. I'm hoping it's just something simple as maybe it needs belts, or maybe I need to take it apart and like give it some new grease. But let me put a tape in here. Like logic controls here. Only thing that's not is the eject. See the mechanism in there. Audio dubbing, you got stop, rewind, play, fast forward. So electronic controls except for the eject. 3 speeds, SP, EP, and LP doesn't work, I don't think. So it's locked. It lists 3 speeds, but yet I can only do EP and SP. Unless you can only record on LP. To look at that, because it won't let me put it up. Program set, clock set, repeat, cancel, program number. Says you got the standby, on, and timer. Over here you got record length and stuff, select, channels, counter, reset, memory. On the back, got your standard inputs. I can do this without dropping it. You got your coax in and out, along with the spot for your UHF and VHS antenna, and RCA audio out model. Serial number 208 01099. So we will put a tape in and go from there. It's plugged in. See it counting up on the time. Set the on. Let's do that again. Turn it off. Watch as I turn this on. See a brief flash in there from the light for the tape. So it uses an actual incandescent bulb for the tape sensor to let you know there's tape in here. Video, TV. EP lights up, then goes out. You hear the click, and the light goes out. It's like relays. And I put the tape in. And I'm gonna hit play. You'll see what it does. I don't know why I zoomed in. Anyway, hit play, you'll see what it does. The heads are rotating, so I can hear the noise, but that's all it does. Then it stops and retracts. It will fast forward, but it struggles. And it seems kind of slow, but I don't know if that's normal for this age of a machine, like if this was top speed back then. Yeah, the relays. It hesitates. So to me, that's indicating to me that maybe it's like old grease and it's having trouble getting going. Could be old belts. It's like it struggles to start. Now he said it didn't rewind or fast forward, but it does for me. But it's like, you know, obviously it's got sluggish takeoff. You hear a bit of a squeaky noise. I don't know if that's the belt or the tape. Yeah, see, I can't play. I had a cassette deck that did that. I replaced the belts, and it would rewind and fast forward, but it wouldn't play. And I took it in for service, and it needed a full cleaning. It needed some cleaning for components that I couldn't reach. So I'm assuming that's the case with this too. Is that it needs a good lube job. You know, like that turntable I got from JK18, where it wouldn't play. I had to take it apart and remove the old grease and clean it and put new grease on it to get it to work. I'm hoping that's just the case with this. However, it's going to be a bitch to take apart. Turn it off. And some like modern VCRs that I found in the trash, some of them, you know, all you got to do is just remove this and you can access the belts. But this one on here is just a whole bunch of circuit boards. Which means I'm more than likely gonna have to pull the top, remove the whole cassette mechanism out of here to access what I need to access. So it's gonna be a pain in the bitch and time consuming. That means I gotta dissect the whole fucking thing. Can't be easy. But up to the challenge. So let me remove these screws. See if this comes off. And we'll see just exactly what we're looking at. I can see some belts and stuff, but that's that little belt there for the counter. Got your idler wheel. And the springs are good. It probably just needs a good cleaning. More than likely. I have to see if I can find a belt thing for this. You can see the head in the back. The drum. So, dusty inside it too. Oh, let's see what we can find out. Right, here it is with the top removed. Lots of circuitry. You think that's how things were built back then. Now you wouldn't have this much stuff in here. There's the drum, 4 heads, 2 there, those little slits. Then another 2. Motor here. That probably drives the loading mechanism. Here's your capstan. This is actually what pulls the tape. It's like a reel-to-reel or cassette player. That's what drives the tape speed, as this just takes it up. But even this isn't rotating. And this is very hard to turn by hand. I don't know if they're supposed to be that stiff. I know on like cassettes, reel-to-reels, 8-tracks, they're not stiff. But on here, it's a bitch. This spins no problem. And that hasn't turned to goo. But so this little capstan here moves up and down, but it's really stiff. Don't know if that's normal or not. Yeah, this is gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. Try and get stuff in here. I'm pretty much gonna probably have to go in from underneath. Pull some circuit boards from underneath. It's gonna be the easiest way probably than trying to take this out from the top. Just move the bottom cover. Get some stuff in there. Should probably give this motor some zoom spout while I'm in here. But I'm thinking that's my best bet. I'll have to put some grease on these tracks because these slide in and out. So I have to grease that. These will be your audio and erase heads. So that's your light sensor, little neon bulb they use. lots of circuitry in this thing. So, let's see what I can do underneath. Alright, here's the underside of it. Giant ass circuit board. I don't know what's on the other side of it, but I got two connections here that I can take off. So it'd be nice if that's all it was, then I can just, once I remove the screws, I can just put this board aside. You got this thing, I don't know if it's like a heat sink or anti-static shield. This little switch here is for your channels 2 and 4, what you want it to output to. Output to channel 3 or output to channel 4. That's your 3/4 switch right there. So look at this, lots of circuitry. Well, let me pull these screws and see what we're in for, if I can see anything underneath here or not. Alright, circuit board is removed. Had to take some of the wires out of their little clips here, then cut a zip tie over here. These are just unplugged. They plug in over here. So you get these little things here the wires hold into, so they give me some slack. I was able just to pin it up. And this is your capstan here. That belt's shot. See, it's not even riding on the motor there. So that's one problem. Need a belt. It's not turned to goo, but it's completely shit. It's way beyond stretched. I don't even know if that motor even works. This is your drum. You got this motor here. You got this one here. So I can replace that, and then we gotta see if that will get the thing playing or not. I don't know if that would solve it or not. I know there's like a gear under here I gotta find. Somehow I gotta figure out how to gain access to that. So I gotta figure that out. And I'll play this, but then I'll probably eat the tapes. No, we'll see. So I gotta track down a belt for this. So this will be continued. Just spray this thing down with some cleaner and air stuff. You can see all the circuitry here. And this unit was made in Japan, so it's not China pride. These things were built like tanks back in the day. Without the modern technology, you wouldn't have all of this stuff. It'd be like a couple of tiny little circuit boards, and that'd be it. A couple microprocessor chips, and that was it. Speed sensor here. Count the drum. Make sure it's spinning at the right speed. I assume that's a speed sensor. This black thingy here. Never seen that before. Micro switch. Making contact. Small little belt. But this is your main capstan. I'll give it some lubrication too. It is a bit stiff. Of course, that could be stiff because of the belt. I have to unscrew this bracket to access it. Can probably get that little bit of zoom spout. I got some motor assembly grease I can give the tracks. So, for now, that's as far as I can go with this. Let's see about tracking down parts. Got a solenoid here. I'm assuming that's probably a brake that activates because it's attached to that lever. So, alright, enough rambling. That's all I can do on this for now. I'll order a belt kit, try lubricating what I can, and see if we make any progress.